And 3, 2, 1, we're live with another edition of Notes on the News Feed, where I read to you headlines and I share with you my thoughts and ideas about those headlines. We can't catch up. Well, I don't want to say that. I try to do the best that I can to keep up with what's going on in the world and continue to be educated and more connected with what's going on in the world. Sometimes I get an opportunity to read an article or study something deeply, and sometimes I just have a chance to read the headlines. So that's what we do, and we kicking it with the headlines. I'm going to share my thoughts and ideas. If I have thoughts and ideas to share, you can see it's starting to get, I'm a little dusty. That's dusky. That's what the Indians say when you dark. You a little dusky, but it's not a compliment. But it's dusk. It's we losing light, but we're gonna keep it moving. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We're working on 1,000, our first 1,000 charter. Be fabulous, you fabulite. So if you are already a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're not, what are you waiting for? Huh? What are you waiting? Go ahead. Subscribe. Just subscribe. That's right. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So now let us proceed with the notes on the news feed. We're picking up today where we left off. When it snows, Chicago police are skipping wealthier neighborhoods and over-ticketing folks on the south side. I guess the south side is the poor side, the black side. So they finding all kinds of violations that people in the poor neighborhoods have. I don't know why they forever trying. I guess that's just what, leeches do. Leeches leech. So they trying to live off of the poorest of the poor, or the poor people, go over to the rich neighborhood. No, we're not going to go to the rich neighborhood because we want them to keep their money. We going to go to the poor neighborhood. Income redistribution. Poor people got anything, we going to try to redistribute it back to the 1%. And the police are agents of the 1%. That's what they do, right? Are they? Okay. Visa takes the blame for a glitch that hit Coinbase cryptocurrency investors with thousands in ghost charges. So ghost charges we don't know where these charges came from. They're just mysterious. So people have, we were talking about that earlier, how this technology stuff really gets on my nerves. I don't trust it. And I feel like that's some bull. You know where them charges came from. You just trying to take advantage of people, take stuff from people, create chaos and confusion. Mexico earthquake, strong tremor hits Oaxaca state. Representative John Lewis to release multi-part graphic novel, Run. John Lewis. He's written a book, Run. Who's John Lewis? The name sounds familiar. I don't know who he is. Representative John Lewis. Was he a civil rights activist? Man sharing house with leopards and bears. Welcome on the chat. Oxfam head. I know we have a problem. Yeah, I know you had a problem too. Was the Devil's Punch Bowl a U.S. concentration camp for black slaves? It was like in northern Mississippi. And I think after enslavement, they would keep a lot of black people there. After enslavement was ended, after we was freed, and slavery wasn't no more, they would keep a lot of black people there and abuse us. I read one thing about the Devil's Punch Bowl, but I guess now that I'm seeing it again, I'm like, I really don't recall much. So, this is a part of the history, how you learn stuff. You just, it's repetition. That's how I learn stuff. India woman held for posing as groom for dowry. She was going around being like, getting women's dowries. She's posing as a man, get that money. I guess there's so many different hustles out here. I guess I don't want to say everybody got a hustle, but a lot of people got hustles. I guess that was her hustle. Hyatt Hotel to let Islamophobic group host annual conference in Virginia. There's even more evidence that one type of exercise is the closest thing to a miracle drug that we have. And I told y'all this before. It's like aerobic exercise, like when your heart rate gets going. Now, I like to do like stretching and weight training. I like to do both of those. I don't really like so much the exercise where your heart rate gets up because I don't really so much like to sweat. But they saying more and more research is showing that's what's really, really good for you. And every time we talked about this before, I said, oh, I'm going to start running up and down the stairs instead of walking up and down the stairs. But I haven't started doing that yet. Uh-oh. Keisha Knight Pulliam owes over $100,000 in unpaid tax debt. You know, I had this thing about the federal government and taxes, and I feel like that's another scam situation system to redistribute wealth from the poor back to the 1%. And I also feel like it's a way, like, you know, a lot of these black celebrities get caught up in this tax stuff, and I feel like it's more to it than just, oh, you didn't pay your taxes. It's Laura Ingraham tells LeBron James to shut up and dribble. This is an old story. This is from yesterday, but anyway. And I know she meant that too, whoever she is. I saw an image of her today. She's a white woman, blonde hair, light eyes. But it don't matter. Anybody that tell you, that's just like on the Housewives, they told the white woman told Cynthia Bailey, who a 50-year-old woman. Now this woman is probably 45, so they're contemporaries. But still, who tells somebody to just sit there and be pretty? Who does that? And the white woman told that to the black. I was offended. I was offended when I heard that she told LeBron James to shut up and dribble. Because LeBron James, isn't he the one that who was executive producer of this TV show that I used to watch called Survivor's Remorse, which I thought was really, really positive and progressive, because his cousin was his manager and his cousin was trying to get an education, and the basketball player was trying to be productive and add value to his community. And I was like, wow, what a concept. A businesswoman and community leader, Maggie Walker, was the first black woman to charter a bank. Kerry Washington seems to be embracing husband's heritage by learning Igbo. How do you pronounce it? Igbo. Is that like Nigeria? It's somewhere in West Africa. And I didn't know that Kerry Washington was married to a man from West Africa, but I don't really know very much about her. So I know she had a baby not too long ago. And I like listen to one video on Twee. They had is that how you pronounce the language? TWI. But they had a joint video. I think Gold Coast Beauty. That might be the woman who I listened to, and somebody else, or Gold Coast Beauty was somebody else. But they had a joint video, and they were doing things like for Valentine's Day, like, I love you, sweetie. You're so wonderful. You're so kind. You're the best. I mean, it was just the sweetest little phrases. So I did listen to them, and they had them in two different languages. I think they're both from the same country, but they speak different languages. So they did like a joint, video or whatever. I was like, oh. And I have a complex with learning. I should stop. In the past, I have had a complex as the dean of Georgia's congressional delegation. Does he have a history? Rowdy Chica says that about Representative John Lewis. Does he have a history as a civil rights activist? Is that like the brown man with the bald head with the round face? Is that who John Lewis is? I need to Google him, right? Look how dark it's getting. I'm almost finished, though. Schools consider banning the term best friend to prevent students from feeling left out. I think that's dumb. Am I missing something? Help me to understand how that's a good plan. That just seems like, I mean, somebody could be your best friend. Everybody ain't gonna be your best friend. I wonder, okay. 100,000 orangutans killed in 16 years. Dang. I don't remember what that story was about other than what it said. Lunar New Year, it's the Chinese New Year. We're in this time of year when it's the Chinese New Year. Chinese TV gala includes racist blackface sketch. I mean, it's just sweeping the world. Everybody getting blackface. Everybody mock black people. Everybody use the N-word. Come on, children. Everybody in the world get together, except for the black folks, and harass black folks. Oceola McCarty saved money all her life to give to the University of Southern Mississippi. I lived in the town where this happened. I lived in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and Oceola McCarty was a woman who lived in Hattiesburg. I believe she was a domestic. She was someone who you would not think had a lot of resources, and she saved money and gave it to the University of Southern Mississippi. Now, the University of Southern Mississippi there are a lot of black students that go there now, as I understand it, but it's not a black institution. And the impression that I get is that a lot of black students start there, but a lot of black students don't finish there. So it was always sort of mysterious to me why the woman gave money to, USM. I don't know if it was just because it was like right there. I don't know why she wouldn't give money to Piney Woods. There's like a boarding school that's not too far away, like maybe a half hour, 20-30 minutes away from Hattiesburg. And black people have been going to Piney Woods for a long time. And I have a cousin, my brother's cousin went there from Detroit to Piney Woods. I don't know. So, and then there was an Oceola McCarty community center. So, yeah, that's all I got. That's the end of it. That's the notes on the news. You can see my teeth. Thank you so much for being here. I pushed it as far as I could. When I came in, I was like, I don't want to do a video, so I'm not going to do a video. But I'm like, I'm going to do a video. So I did 3. The quality is not the best in any of my videos, but y'all don't come for the quality of the videos. You sure don't come for the editing. You come for my sparkly personality and my teeth. You see my teeth, sisters? That's all I got, Fabulites. Today is the best day ever. You are the greatest. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you.